In a major leak, Wilds of Eldraine spoilers have already hit the internet. That's right, Wizards of the Coast is notoriously bad at trying to keep these cards under wraps. So now players get a first-hand look at some spoilers from Wilds of Eldraine, and they can make a better financial decision on whether to buy sealed product or whether they should be hitting up the singles market. These leaks could not have come at a better time for Wizards of the Coast. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel. I mean, honestly, LGSs need this. Wizards of the Coast needs this because Commander Masters sucked. That price was so bad, the players are looking down at the Ruining Fire and just going, how bad was that set? And now, their eyes are turned elsewhere. We're looking at Wilds of Eldraine. Now, for anyone who played Throne of Eldraine, you were super excited and stoked to see that we're finally getting back to a set we were looking forward to, which is Wilds of Eldraine. It has a standardized pricing. We kind of know what it's going to cost. No super price inflation. And we know that it's going to be fun to be there because we've been there before, assuming that Wizards keeps to the same themes and mechanics. So when we get ultra leaked spoilers like this, we now get to kind of get into the mind of what's happening. We can better plan our deck construction, and really on the financial side, players can decide, is this worth buying a couple of boxes and drafting with some friends and having a good time, going to pre-releases and spending my hard-earned money? Or should I just go over to TCG Player, use the Moxman's affiliate link, and buy some singles? Because that's where we're at right now. That's how players feel about these products. And Commander Masters was so badly priced that even LGSs are like, oh, thank you for something else to look at. To take my mind off how much money I just lost, I now get to look at the Wilds of Eldraine. I get to see what cards are kind of coming. I can better plan things out with the players around me. So guys, yes, it's a Mega Leak Ultra spoiler, but more importantly, it is eyes off of what you were looking at. I swear this was like planned. I'm looking at going, what a great idea to take your mind off how bad things are. Give players something to look at. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a look at some of these cards. We're going to see what's actually going on in the set. And then on that financial side, players can decide, do I buy sealed or do I stick to singles? Because that's where we're at right now with this company. Things are too overpriced. Seeing these cards will maybe soothe you. At the same time, maybe they'll make you angry. Either way, we're going to talk about this. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It's free to do. It helps the channel grow closer to 20,000 subscribers. And I really appreciate everyone who's been taking the time to subscribe. They watch the videos every day. Give the thumbs up. And of course, drop comments in the comments section. Join this community of magic we're forming here on the channel. It's epic. So thanks again, everyone who takes the time to do so. Now let's take a look at some epic spoilers. Now, when we're taking a look at these guys, you can't see every single card, but I'll flip through the images. In this case, I want to focus on Raging Battle Mouse. Okay, this is a 1 red, 1 generic rare, and it says Creature Mouse. Now, this is important, okay? I want you to pay attention to this stuff because a lot of these cards may have future value, and I have a video coming out Monday that gives a lot more information. So it says here, the second spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. That's an amazing ability. And then Celebration. It says, at the beginning of your combat on your turn, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control this turn, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. That's kind of a cool ability, right? It's kind of cool to see it happening. Now, the next card is the Horned Loch Whale. Now, this is 2 blue and 4 generic. It has the Lagoon Breach, and that is 1 blue, 1 generic instant. The owner of target attacking creature you don't control puts it on top or the bottom of their library. That's kind of funny. This card also has Flash and Ward 2. Horned Loch Whale enters the battlefield tapped unless it's your turn. Guys, it's kind of amazing to think you could cast that at the end of a turn and mess people up, but you also have the instant adventure ability. Crazy stuff, guys. Both these cards are very interesting to me and how they'll be used going forward. Now, when we're taking a look at our next one here, let's take a look at the Scalding Viper. Now, this is an elemental snake, and don't forget, Swarmyard had a massive buyout this week, so cards like snakes and rats, things that can regenerate, people are buying up cards in advance of upcoming sets. This thing is 1 red, 1 generic, and it says Elemental Snake. Steam Clean, 1 blue, 1 white sorcery adventure. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. And then, of course, the creature says, whenever an opponent casts a spell this turn, value 3 or less, Scalding Viper deals 1 damage to that player. A really kind of cool idea and a really low casting cost. So cards like this are going to see a lot of play. Now, the Spiteful Hexmage. It's 1 casting cost for a 3/2. When the Spiteful Hexmage enters the battlefield, create a Cursed Role token attached to a target creature you control. If you control another role on it, put that onto the graveyard. Enchanted creature is a 1/1. Put it into the graveyard and it's a 1/1. Kind of cool, right? Depending on how you decide to use this card. Now, Asinine Antics. 2 blue, 2 generic. This is a mythic. When you cast Asinine Antics, as though it had flash, you pay 2 less more. Yeah, you pay 2 or more to cast it. For each creature your opponent controls, create a Cursed Role token attached to that creature. If you control another role on it, put that one into the graveyard. Enchanted creature is a 1/1. And then, of course, the Moonshaker Cavalry. Sorry, guys, I'm reading these as I go. I'm trying to get the text as accurately as I can. Now, our next one here. This is where I think things kind of get interesting for me, and I love the idea of this card. And that is going to be La Luna Grand Squall, and that's the 4/4 Legendary Giant Noble. I love how it's got its feet up on the gingerbread house type thing. And it's got 1 red, 1 blue, 1 green. It has Seeking Thrills, which costs 5, and that's an instant adventure. Mill 7 cards, then put all cards that have adventure from among them into your hand. That's a kind of cool ability, guys. And that's going to be for 1 red, 1 blue, 1 green, and 2 other. This card also has Trample, and permanent spells you cast that have an adventure cost 1 less to cast. Guys, not bad at all, especially with this set. Now, the Realm Scorcher Hellkite is going to be a 6 casting cost, 2 red, 4 generic. It has Bargain. You may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast this spell. Flying and Haste. When the Realm Scorcher Hellkite enters a battlefield, if it was bargained, add 4 mana of any combination to your mana pool. You can get rid of a token and get 4 mana. That card's epic. Alright, now it also has pay 1 red, 1 generic, and it deals 1 damage to any target. This card is, again, in Standard is going to see a lot of play. It will appear in Dragon Commander decks as well. Now, the Satyrs, I think, are interesting. We've seen so many Satyrs so far. Now, it says, whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. And this card, Satyr, it says, Taggle Span Lookout, 1 green, 2 generic. Interesting card. I'll be curious to see how it actually plays out. It's not going to be a powerful card, but as an uncommon, not bad. And then Stroke of Midnight. Destroy target non-land permanent controller creates a 1/1. It looks like human creature token. Hard to read there, guys, but not a bad ability either. So on these cards, we're going to start with Hilda's Crown of Winter, Legendary Artifact. It's a rare for 3 generic. And it says 1, tap target creature. This ability costs 1 less to cast during your turn. So on your turn, you use it for free. You can also sacrifice the crown to draw a card for each tapped creature your opponent controls. Then we have the Mosswood Dread Knight. This is going to be a 1 green, 1 generic, 3/2. It has an adventure sorcery for 1 black, 1 generic. You draw 1 card and you lose 1 life. Well, we've kind of seen that before. It has Trample. When the Mosswood Dread Knight dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn. So you get to draw again. That's pretty cool. Sentinel of Lost Lore. 2 green, 1 generic. When the Sentinel of Lost Lore enters the battlefield, choose 1 or more. Return target card you own that has an adventure to your hand. And that's an exile. That's crazy. Put a target card you don't own in exile that has an adventure on the bottom of your library, or exile target player's graveyard. Guys, that's an amazing card that can do multiple things. Kind of crazy. Now, Imodain the Pyrohammer, Legendary Human Knight. 2 red, 2 generic for a 4/4. Whenever an instant or sorcery spell you control that targets only a single creature deals combat damage to that creature, Imodain deals that much damage to each opponent. That is nutty, okay? These cards are just so cool. Now here we're going to start with Lord Skitter's Blessing. 1 black, 1 generic enchantment. When Lord Skitter's Blessing enters the battlefield, create a Wicked Roll token attached to a target creature you control. Not bad. Then we also have the Heartflame Duelist for 1 white, 1 generic. It's a 3/1 human knight with the Heartflame Slash instant adventure, where it deals 3 damage to any target for 1 red, 2 generic. Instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. That's kind of crazy as well. The Thunderous Debut, which has Bargain, and that means you can sacrifice an artifact, an enchantment. That's kind of nice. And look at the top 20 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 creature cards from among them. If this spell was bargained,
put the revealed creatures onto the battlefield, otherwise put them into your hand. That card is so powerful, and it's for 2 green, 6 generic. And the one over here you can't really see that well is 3 blind mice. You know, the casting cost is kind of hidden there, but we've got create a 1/1 white token mouse creature. That's cool. Create a token that's a copy of a target token you control. And then, of course, we get the creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn, and it's called 3 blind mice. That's so cool as a fairy tale. Now, I want you guys to think about these cards for a second. Now, after seeing the cards I've shown you today, and we take a look later this week to see what spoilers they put out, it'll be very interesting to see how players start to buy the pre-orders, start to shape up into collector boxes, and see if the player base of Magic the Gathering has enough of an interest in Wilds of Eldraine that they can forget the troubles they had with Commander Masters. They can forget some of the things going on out there and say, yes, this set looks like something I want to play, or a player saying, this is not good enough for me, it is pure junk and I'm not interested. I'll be looking forward to seeing what people say in the comment sections in today's video. Slam some stuff down there, let me know what you think. And guys, yes, it's a bonus video, but I couldn't help it when I saw these things come up. So thanks again for hanging out. Thanks for allowing me to entertain you here on the channel. Looking forward to seeing those comments in the comments section. Guys, have an awesome day. Hey guys, a big shout out and thank you to all the fantastic patrons we have here on the channel. Without their continued support, videos like this, bonus videos like this, are not made possible. So thanks to the loyal fans of MTG Moxman, this stuff just keeps on humming, guys. Thanks again to all my patrons. I'll see you guys later. Okay, I want you guys to know something. I already recorded the Monday video. This video is coming up Saturday. Watch the Monday video. You're here at the end, you're here at the ramble jamble. I'm not going to tell other people this. Pay attention to the mouse. Watch Monday's video because I already had it recorded. I'm wearing the same shirt. You're going to love this stuff. It just shows you where the Moxman's brain goes. Okay, guys? Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys soon.